Right, hi again everybody, and welcome back to the next part in my Grey Matter adventure. We're on the second part of chapter 2. I'm picking up immediately from where I left off the previous episode. So Sam is back at St Edmund Hall. She's just had a quick chat with the lab rats, or as they've been so affectionately nicknamed by Harvey. They're a bit concerned about the strange things that happened up at the athletics track. So they've tasked Sam with kind of digging around and finding out a little bit more information to see if maybe there's something they should know about, or if there's, you know, any cause for concern. We managed to wrap up our first Daedalus Club mystery in the previous episode, so we don't have to do that in this one, though I'm sure there'll be more to follow. So let's just go ahead, check the map and see where the game wants us to go. So I've unlocked a new location, the Bodleian Library, which is where Harvey suggested I go next. We've also got another new location, or unvisited location, the Radcliffe Infirmary. Not too sure which one is best to go to first, to be honest. I'm tempted to just ip-dip do it. I think I'll go for the library.
Damn. You need a student ID to use the library. Whatever happened to freedom of information?
Well, there goes that plan. Can't get in, no ID. However, my memory is starting to serve me well. I'm pretty sure there's a magic trick I can do to get into the library. So if we have a little look at the Magician's Handbook here, I think... Oh, I'm not sure. It might be the ring one. I'm not sure. There's one of these tricks, basically. It's very similar to the tape trick we did for Harvey. I think we've got to try and take someone's ID card, because we can see Helen here, and I think that might be Angela or Charlie over here. But as you can see, we can't interact with them. So I'm pretty sure it's Helena. I think she has 2 ID cards, if I remember rightly. I could be getting my wires completely crossed, and this might be something we have to do in a later chapter. But let's just have a little examine of the room and see what we can... Oh my word, there's loads to interact with. Let's just try the nearest
Probably
things.
some famous graduates.
Yes, of course, Sam. I think it's going to say that.
If I had to search through all this, I'd never see daylight again. There must be a way to look up something specific.
If I do this for all the books and busts, I reckon they're all going to say the same thing.
If I had to search...
Yeah, okay, so I won't do that. So turnstile...
I'm not getting into
No.
the library without a student ID. Guess it's time to scare one up.
And then we have... Aha! Paper shredder.
It's a paper shredder.
Right, hang on. Let's go back to that magic book. There was something to do with a shredder in here. There it is. The great shredded newspaper. The shredded and restored newspaper. This requires a bit of prep work, but is guaranteed to create high anxiety. Ooh. First, you need a victim with an article of paper, a newspaper, homework assignment, or treasured love letter. You will need to prepare a simulated copy of this item beforehand, even if it's just a blank page, cleverly folded to look like the original item. Okay. Alright. It's all coming back to me now, so we'll have to go like, psst, Helena! Try and get her attention.
Helena!
What are you doing? Why don't you come inside?
I left my ID in my room. Can I swipe yours?
No, you get me expelled, goth girl. Besides, walking is good exercise.
Oh god, I think Helena is my favourite person in this entire game.
Come on! Just one swipe. I'll do it so no one can see.
No, I had to go twice to get a decent picture on my ID. I'm not going to risk getting it confiscated.
You can do that? Get your ID redone?
I told them I lost it. What can they say? I had no choice. The picture was hideous.
I didn't expect to find you in the library. How hard can art history be?
Hard enough. But if you want to know why I'm here, Charles Ettington.
Ah, so it is Charles, not Angela.
Good luck with the stalking.
She's a mad stalker. Helena is just full of thirst.
That bad, huh? Hard to believe. Do you still have the old ID? Let me see.
It's awful.
Let me see.
Ah, Helena's
The second
vanity
one is much better. Don't you agree?
is coming through for us. Okay, so yeah, that's the new one. She looks a little less corpseified in that one. This is much more I woke up like this. So can we examine both? Okay, so here's the Helena's old ID card. Select 3 comments for this card. Right, so I'm guessing we're going to really want to make her hate it to the point where she leaves it with me or something. Okay, so you look like you're on drugs, definitely. Can you put a paper bag over that picture? Yeah. If people said things like this to me, I think I'd cry. You should charge the photographer with libel. Yes.
God, I didn't think it was that hideous. I'll burn it when I get back to my room.
There we go. She hates it enough to want to destroy it. I think we're on the right tracks here. Now, Helena's new ID card. Okay, we need to be a little bit overzealous with our flattery here. You look cute in this one, better than in person. Oh, I don't think that would go down very well. You're right, that is much better. You look like a top model. Your nose doesn't look that big in real life. Maybe not that one then. Now that's a good picture.
I think the new one is much better.
Okay. Now what? Okay, so we've successfully ragged on her photograph. Ah, the little magician icons come up. I knew it. So let's go on over to the trick. Let's see. Load the copy up your left sleeve. Okay, why is it not actually doing the trick? Hang on. Oh, I needed to select the trick, you donut.
I don't think that really applies here.
Oh, is that not it then? Oh, poopy. Maybe it was the ring one then. Right, let's go back. Maybe it is this one. There's nothing that will get people upset like destroying a treasured heirloom. For this trick, you would need a cheap remote-controlled noisemaker. Ah, right, okay.
I could use this illusion to trick Helena out of her ID, but I need to get a noisemaker first.
Ah, so that's why the town centre's still highlighted. Right, we need to buy things from Mistopheles. I knew we'd get to buy things eventually. But with what money? I thought that was the whole problem. Like, the whole point of this game is because Sam has no money to leave the town. Like, but she has enough to waste on magic tricks. Oh, I don't understand you, game. Massive plot hole right there.
Hi, Mephistopheles.
Miss Everett, how kind of you to visit.
Noisemaker. Which shelf was the noisemaker on? It's not on there. Ah. Ooh. Okay, so the hand has appeared on the blood. Should we take it anyway?
Today for my nephew. He's just starting out.
Your nephew has good taste. I still find those items useful myself. Take what you need and pay me on the way out.
Thanks.
Okay, it's going to let me pick several things up, I think. Maybe I need to do more than one trick in this chapter. Right, I don't need anything else from that shelf. Right, what do I need from here? Noisemaker, yep. A cry for help noisemaker. No, not that one. Ooh, was that hand? Spirit gum, okay. Anything else? Ooh, a magnet, okay. What else? What else? What else? Hoops, no. Telephone spy, nope. Ooh, and a fake thumb. Ooh, I wonder if this goes with the blood. Oh, I don't remember that trick. Oh well, we've got the bit we really need, which is the noisemaker. I mean, if we have to come back here, we have to come back here.
I picked up a few things. I need to pay you before I go.
I know what you took. £12, please.
How much?
Take that one.
Merely a shopkeeper's necessity, Miss Everett. Enjoy your day.
Thanks.
It's
I will.
called CCTV, Sam. Though I suppose 2005, CCTV was kind of in its infancy. Okay, now if I go back over here. Aha! Right, so Oxford is now greyed out, so maybe we don't need to come back here after all. So what do I need to do with regards to the trick? Okay, so we bought the noisemaker. That makes a crunching, grinding sound. Okay. Before your victim shows up, place the noisemaker inside your kitchen sink's garbage disposal. A paper shredder will work if you're at the office. Aha, okay. Right. So, can I equip it? Is it actually here? Okay. Where's the noisemaker? Aha, righto. So, do I need to equip the noisemaker remote or do I need to equip the book? No. Right, let's get the book out. What are the steps? Palm the noisemaker into your left hand. Lure your victim close to the garbage disposal and shred their face off. No. Get them to give up the ring for inspection. Take the ring. So in this case, it's take the ID into your right hand. Manipulate the ring. Misdirect. Manipulate the remote control. While the audience is panicking, you can vanish the item up your sleeve. Okay, and abracadabra.
Helena! Hey.
What?
I actually like the first photo better. It's the way you were sitting.
You're hallucinating. Show me.
No, it was a trick at the light. The first one really is awful. God. Ooh, you're right. You should burn it. In fact...
Alright, Sam, lay it on thick.
Why did you do that?
You said you were gonna burn it. I'm sorry. Did you want it?
So kind of you to spare me all that tedious labor. God, you're a freak. And I thought I was bad.
I think that was a thank you? I'm not sure. Let's equip that and try and get through the barricade. Okay, are you not going to walk through, Sam? Okay, no.
Stacks of blank paper. I don't need any right now, but it's nice to know Oxford is generous with office supplies.
You never know when you're going to need stationery. Should we talk to the librarian?
Hi.
How may I be of service?
That's the same lady that was selling flowers, I swear.
Where can I find information about the professors here at Oxford?
Ah, that depends. To whom do you refer?
Dr. David Stiles, neurobiology.
Start with the library catalogue. You can access it on the computers over there.
Okay, super helpful. Thank you, lady. Let's go and soak up some data. Oh god, I remember when stuff look like this. Okay, so the game did the searching for me. It basically just wants me to look at these articles by the looks of it. So let's read the first one. So this is November 1996. Oh my god, there's a lot here. Okay, right. Here we go. Royalty and other distinguished gentlemen. The big event of this past weekend was the Egerton Soiree, an annual event not to be missed by the rich and fabulous. The star of the evening was to be Prince Charles, who arrived at the party solo. He seemed to be quite enjoying his newly divorced status. Wait, what? Oh gosh. But in truth, all of the single dames were not lining up to meet the Prince of Wales, but the Prince of Oxford. Dr. David Styles. Wait, what? Dr. David Styles is the Prince of Oxford? Wait, oh, right. They mean in the non-literary sense. Okay. I've lost my track now. As if being devastatingly handsome and the scion of a wealthy family weren't enough, he's a shooting star at university. He's become a well-known figure thanks to the popular articles and TV appearances, doing for neurobiology what Stephen Hawking did for physics. This reporter can't help but wonder how he'll find time to fit in his lectures with all the party invitations he's been receiving. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm reading it correctly. Dr. Styles was still a university student in 1996. Doesn't necessarily mean to say he was young, like 21 age. He could have been doing his masters or something, but okay, that should give us some indication as to how old-ish Dr. Styles is. So we're looking at 9 years previous. Okay.
That's the article I got from David's filing cabinet.
Okay, so extraordinary powers of the ordinary minds is not available. Please see the reference librarian for access to the periodical archives. Well, we've got it, so it's all good. Now, 5th of May 1997. So this would have been before the article that was published in Scientific American. So spring is for lovers. Romance is a hot topic in the spring. All creatures, great and small, get that loving look in their eyes and pair off to do what comes naturally. Frederica Friedmont and Jeremy Stanton were seen canoodling over drinks at a posh London nightclub. Actress Marie Laurel and businessman Dominic, what kind of name is Dominic, Durst, were outed when they were caught red-handed in Hyde Park. But the biggest it couple this spring has to be Dr. David Styles, the Oxford neurobiologist, who has been considered the bachelor of the season, and his new flame, Laura Edmundthorpe, the beautiful daughter of Lord Edmundthorpe. The pair have been inseparable since meeting at a New Year's Eve celebration, and they don't seem to care who knows it. Ah, young love. So, whoever is writing for the London Times, and this is what they consider to be noteworthy journalism, I say. 18th of May, so just a few short weeks later. Styles, Hopkins tops in student poll. This year's Oxford Students' Choice Poll ranked Christchurch and Queen's as the favourite college amongst Oxford students. Favourite local restaurant went to Stewpot on St Giles. Fitzgerald's won for Best Oxford Pub, smoking the nearest competitor by 10-1. Among professors, Felix Hopkins, who teaches medieval history at Queen's, and David Styles of the Radcliffe Neurobiology Department drew this year's top honours. A favourite part of Hopkins' Crusades lectures is a battle reenactment in Christchurch Meadows, which has become a great hurrah for participants and spectators alike. Styles is a fave thanks to his fresh and exciting approach to the study of the mind and human potential. Okay, so he had this whole sexy scientist thing going on, apparently. Apparently. Okay, so we're now on to August the following year. So by this point, David and Laura would have been seeing each other for like a year and a half or so. Yes, if they got together at the New Year's Eve party. Okay, so just over a year and a half. Fairy tale weddings. August weddings were bigger and bolder than ever this year. the Marquis de Charlefort and her American husband, Frank Lovitz, overflowed Winchester Cathedral with white roses and created quite a spectacle for their 300-plus guests. Garish? It's all a matter of taste, darling, and money. When it comes to understated elegance, nothing topped the union of Laura Edmundthorpe and Dr. David Stiles in Westminster Abbey. The bride was a radiant blonde beauty in a plain white satin sheath, all the better to create nail-biting envy over her long and lean figure. David Stiles created quite a contrast with his striking dark looks and black tux. 2 white horses pulled their carriage off into the sunset, and no doubt into a perfect future. Jeez Louise, what? I mean, sure, you've got to give it pizzazz, haven't you? Oh, wait, okay. October. What happened in October? So, car accident claims the life of prominent socialite. Uh-oh.
Dr. David Stiles and his wife Laura Edmundthorpe Stiles left a fundraising dinner in Oxford last evening and were driving home when their car was hit broadside. According to eyewitnesses, the second vehicle was hurtling down a crossroad at a tremendous speed. It ran a give way sign and plunged into... Laura Stiles was pronounced dead on the scene, and David Stiles was rushed.
Samantha, please. They're not coming home.
Come on, kid. Time to go.
If you're staring, if you smoked, refuse to share, you're sad when you in that day.
Unlocking some past traumas. Right, okay, so let's read the actual article. So, car accident claims the life of prominent socialite. This is October 2002. So this is just a little over 4 years after Laura and David got married. Bloody hell. That car must have been going at some speed. I mean, that looks like it got hit by a frickin' truck. Dr. David Stiles and his wife Laura Edmundthorpe Stiles left a fundraising dinner in Oxford last evening. Oh, hang on. Is this literally reading word for word what it said? No, it's not. After leaving a fundraising dinner in Oxford last evening and were driving home when their Bentley was hit broadside at a junction. According to eyewitnesses, the second vehicle was hurtling down the road at tremendous speed. It plunged into the Stiles' vehicle. Okay, hang on. Pause. This is a massive grammatical error. If I can teach you anything here on this channel, let it be if a surname ends in an S, you don't put an ES then an apostrophe. You just put an apostrophe. Alright, that is my biggest bugbear. I'm not a grammatical expert, but I know that much. Anyway, let's carry on. Stiles' vehicle as it was going through the junction. David Stiles, who was at the wheel, was thrown from the car on impact. Laura Stiles was trapped in her seat as the car was consumed in flames. Oh, Jesus. Laura Stiles was pronounced dead on the scene, and David Stiles was rushed to the accident and emergency facility at John Radcliffe Hospital, where he is reported to be in stable condition. Yeah, so Laura literally burnt to death. That is horrible. Okay, so hence why he doesn't particularly like being asked about that event. And we also saw there a little bit of a snippet of Samantha's childhood. So it would stand to good reason, and I would assume that perhaps her parents died in a car accident too. So there's a bit of a shared kind of a newfound empathy here between Sam and Dr. Stiles. We'll see. If we go to the map now, that has cleared the Bodleian Library. We don't need to do anything more here. We've got 2 places left to go, the infirmary and back to the house. So I think it would stand to good reason that we just go straight to the infirmary. Okay, this is kind of creepy looking. Look at all this cool different coloured lighting. It's like an Argento movie in here. So let's check out this really creepy statue. Why would you have this in a hospital?
She's both warm and disturbing, like a crazy mother or something.
Let's examine everything. Just see what we can and cannot
I don't
proceed
think
with.
so. Playing with fire security doesn't seem to be a good idea. Employees only. On this floor are all the administration's offices, as well as the professors. Other floors are for classes mainly, so there's no need to go there.
Oh, we can actually go into the kitchen, so let's check it out.
Definitely not my style. I'll leave them hanging here.
I don't know. You can't knock it until you try it, Sam. I reckon you look good in a lab coat.
Ugh, no thanks.
I mean, to be fair, look at this poofy blouse. If she untucked it from her girdle or whatever she's wearing, it would look like a lab coat. And did she just say gross to a pizza?
I don't see the point in taking a peek into their fridge.
I love pizza.
Looks like they're prepared for emergencies. Probably a good idea if Dr. Stiles is in this department.
Was that? I think that was a really bad joke, Sam. That just no. Very déclassé. Okay, so we have Susan. I believe Susan is the name of the lady who wanted that receipt, isn't it? Let's go over to that letter. Yeah, Susan Whittier. So let's go straight on in.
Can I help you?
Hi, I'm Samantha Everett. I'm working with Dr. Stiles.
Are you? You're not in the department.
No, I'm studying English Lit.
Well, that's Dr. Stiles' business. When you see him, remind him that I need that equipment receipt today.
She's like, well, hello, who are you? I don't care. Just she very quickly went from hello to nope, not interested. Okay, there's quite a few bits and pieces to interact with in this room. Let's just try and keep it all on screen. There's a random
Looks almost
letter.
as sharp as a knife.
Okay, can't do anything with that right now. Should we talk to Susan again? Or maybe we should equip the receipt and then talk to Susan. Bloody Susan. Aha. I'm going to ask her about Dr. Stiles first, actually, just in case giving her the receipt ends the conversation.
I started to work for Dr. Stiles. I was hoping to find out more about him.
Well, it's not my place to talk about Dr. Stiles. I can tell you that Mr. Headley, he's the dean of the department. He was quite an admirer of Dr. Stiles. Naturally, we were all deeply saddened by what happened.
Ooh, okay, hang on. Let's hand her the receipt and then
I have
sweet
something
talk her.
for you. Can I get in to see Mr. Headley?
Absolutely not. He has a very tight schedule today. Oh my God. I gave up hope of ever laying eyes on this. The auditor's been hounding me for weeks.
Go on, Susan. Do us a favour.
My pleasure.
Oh, Susan. Let's try that one more
Are
time.
you sure I can't get 5 minutes with Mr. Headley? I really would like to talk to him about Dr. Stiles.
All right, but only because you brought me that receipt. Thank God I can get the auditor off my back. Mr. Headley, I have a Miss Everett that would like a brief word. It's about David Stiles.
Send her in.
In you go.
Easy peasy.
Miss Everett, a pleasure to meet you. Won't you sit down?
Thanks. And thanks for seeing me.
I'm always happy to make time for David. I've heard from him too little of late. How is he?
Fine. Very self-directed.
He's a moody bastard. Thanks for asking.
Are you a relative?
Me? No. I'm his assistant.
did he? Interesting. How can I be of service, Miss Everett?
Right, let's grill him. Let's see. I don't think it matters which order I select these topics. I'm just going to go through all of them one by one.
Are you aware that Dr. Stiles is conducting an experiment right now?
Of course. He had to submit a plan to the university. Standard procedure. Frankly, I was happy to see him working again.
Oh, that reminds me. Dr. Stiles wanted me to pick up a copy of the experiment plan he submitted. He misplaced his copy.
I think, young lady, that Dr. Stiles will have to call me and ask for that himself.
I'll tell him. Could you give me some background on Dr. Stiles? I don't know much about him.
David Stiles was one of the brightest lights at Oxford. A truly brilliant and original thinker. He was the sort of man it was easy to envy. Wealth, a prestigious family name, good looks, a beautiful wife, effortless public success. Then there was the accident. A horrific, horrific thing. There's a poem by Robert Frost. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief, so dawn goes down to day. Nothing gold can stay.
That's beautiful. I wonder... Never mind.
We must be honest with each other, you and I, for David's sake. What do you wonder?
It's silly. I just wondered which is worse. To have been golden, to have had all that and lost it, or never to have had it at all.
Not at all. Perhaps David asks himself the same question.
I've heard rumors about Dr. Stiles. Students say people have disappeared during his experiments, and...
Stop. Don't repeat that nonsense in here, please.
Sorry.
No, it's only natural you would be concerned. He is your employer. There has been a lot of vicious gossip about David, but believe me, there's no truth in it.
Then how did it get started?
When someone is a little too successful, it inspires a lot of green-eyed spite. Should that paragon fall, let's just say there are certain people who love nothing more than to get out their knives and gather round the carcass. Of course, David hasn't helped himself any. If he insists on living like a hermit in that house, people are bound to believe the worst.
Dr. Headley sure speaks some sound truth.
You mentioned that certain people were jealous of Dr. Stiles and might have spread the rumors. I don't suppose you'd tell me who. It might be good for me to know in case I run into them.
No, I don't think we need to discuss that.
Okay. So you're convinced that Dr. Stiles poses no danger? No danger to, say, students who are participating in one of his experiments?
Absolutely not. He may be on leave, but he's still a valued member of this department. I've reviewed his case personally. There's nothing physically wrong with David Stiles. It's been a pleasure, Miss Everett, but I really must get back to work.
Thanks, Mr. Headley. You've been a big help.
I only wish the best for David. I hope you'll treat him well and be a support. He allows so few people near him.
I'll do my best.
Goodbye.
Bye.
So Stiles has been on leave since the accidents for like 3 years. That is some heavy grief.
Find out who David's enemies are inside the neurobiology department. I should snoop around in David's files.
Oh, okay. So why are we looking for enemies? Why would... Has Sam's theory changed? Are we now looking for someone who's trying to sabotage the experiment? What's her logic here? I've got a feeling trying to root around in the filing cabinet in front of Susan's not going to work, but let's try it.
Stiles' experiment plan is probably in that filing cabinet. It would answer a lot of questions if I could get my hands on it.
Right, okay. Maybe we could just ask Susan to open it, you know, for getting the receipt. That favour.
I guess not everyone in the department is a fan of Dr. Stiles. At least, that's what Mr. Headley says. Is there anyone in particular I should watch out for?
Mr. Headley doesn't tolerate departmental gossip, and neither do I.
Ah. Dr. Stiles asked me to get a copy of his experiment plan. The one he filed with the department, he misplaced his copy.
I'm afraid Dr. Stiles will have to come by himself for something like that. Or telephone. We don't give those kind of documents out to students.
But I'll tell him.
Susan is one step ahead every damn time.
Oh, Mr. Headley asked if you would bring him a cup of coffee.
Did he? That's odd. Mr. Headley gets his own coffee.
Really? Why is he choosing to be a lazy bastard all of a sudden? Susan, do up your top button. You're at work.
Damn, she took the key. I need to find a way to snatch it somehow.
Seriously, Susan, put them away. Okay, so we've got a new interactive item. So cup with key. Okay, can we just pinch it while she's not looking?
She keeps the key to the filing cabinet in that cup. I could try to take it with sleight of hand, but she's a real hawk. This will require something a little more devious.
Oh, okay. Are we talking magic trick devious? It's not coming up with a magic trick symbol. Do I need to read the book first? Or equip it, maybe? Now, there was a trick in here, something to do with a cup earlier. Let's see if we can find it. The bottomless cup. Okay. This is a confusing and effective little visual gag. You will need some props. A small magnet. Oh, well, we already picked one of those up, so that's handy. A cup and a small item made of metal like a coin or a key. During this trick, your patter might explain that this is a bottomless cup, like the ones described in legends, like the cornucopia and the Holy Grail. Okay, so we know what trick we want to do, but the game's not saying do it. Maybe we just try talking to Susan.
Use the key to the filing cabinet in that cup. I could try to take it with sleight of hand, but she's a real hawk. This will require something a little more devious.
Okay, now we're getting the little magic trick. Magic hat. What do you call it? Top hat is what I'm trying to say. Right, that's what we want. Okay, instructions please. Palm the magnet into your right hand. Take the cup in your left. Move the cup from your left to the right. Manipulate. Misdirect. Whilst they're distracted, take it and vanish it. Okay, that should work. Alakazam.
Hey, that key is missing.
What?
Yeah, see?
What on earth? You didn't take it, did you?
And Susan isn't
Why
that
did I
stupid,
want
Sam.
You have a spare, I hope.
At my flat.
That sucks.
Why would you keep a spare key at home?
Clothes.
Like, that's a very strange place to keep a spare key. Okay, but she's not buggering off. Let's just try going in there anyway. Oh, I didn't equip the key.
I need to get Susan out of the room so I can get in that filing cabinet. A medical emergency would do the trick, so to speak. But I'll need some props to pull it off.
Ah, I see. So that's why we picked these up at the shop. Okay. And there's that first aid kit in the kitchen too. Do we need to examine the first aid kit in order for Sam to have the brainwave?
Looks like they're prepared for emergencies. Probably a good idea if Dr. Stiles is in this department.
Okay. Maybe I need to examine this again. Oof. None of these seem appropriate. Oh. Ah, self-healing wound. Oh, that's got to be it. Okay, but I can't select it. Alright, maybe I have to try to initiate it, then come back. Or maybe I don't need to come down here at all. Maybe she'll do it on her own terms. Okay, this has got to be it.
I can get Susan out of the room with this trick, but I'll need to get set up for it first.
Right, okay, so what do we need to do? Maybe I should have read it the first time. This is a nasty looking and effective shocker. For this trick you will need a few magician stock items, a fake thumb, spirit gum and stage blood. Well, as luck would have it, we have those things. Before you approach your victim, you will need to do some prep work. Put the stage blood on the tip of the fake thumb, then attach it with the gum. Right, okay. So I need to that and
Good.
that.
Now I just need something to hold it in place.
Okay, equip that and then
now
that.
it's ready to go.
Nice.
I'm all set for this trick, but one thing worries me. That Susan won't be gone long enough for me to do what I need to do. I don't want to get caught snooping around.
Oh, right, so what, we want to lock her in the bathroom or push her down the stairs? What are you thinking, Sam? What are you thinking? Ooh, do we sabotage the fire extinguisher so it kind of goes... Okay, maybe not then.
If she finds this, she might return to her office too soon.
Okay, what you thinking?
I think this first aid kit needs to disappear. Abracadabra! Wouldn't
Best
it be
magician
nice?
ever. Oh, okay, maybe not. Oh, yeah, sure. She will never figure that out, Sam.
That's not an obvious place to look for the first aid kit. Good.
It might not be obvious in terms of active searching, but to anyone who has, you know, a general understanding of a room they enter frequently, they're going to notice it's out of place. Like, oh, what's that there? Maybe that's just me. Right, let's see if this trick will initiate now.
I only need to set up the first part of the trick.
Okay, so we've done the thumb bit. In front of your audience, take a sharp object. Ah, so the letter art opener. Put it in your left hand. Put it in the left hand. Manipulate. Misdirect. Then manipulate again. Oh, okay, that was easy.
Ouch!
What happened?
I cut myself. Ow! Do you have disinfectant or something?
I'll get the first aid kit.
That is like the most zero, like so apathetic to the situation. Just like, yeah, I'll get you a plaster. Oh, we need to equip the key and then go in. Quick, quick.
Found it.
Okay.
If Susan finds this missing, she'll know I took it. I should fix that if I have time.
Alright, well, let's have a quick read of this. So, experiment plan submitted by Dr. David Stiles in September of 2005. Purpose of the experiment: to test the effects of visualizing different types of exercise on the heart rate, blood pressure, brain activity and electrical impulses sent to the muscle tissue. Time frame 8 sessions running in October 2005. Subjects will be 6 students aged between 18 and 24. Location, his house, Dread Hill House Laboratory. The staff will be Dr. David Stiles. Equipment, the fMRI equipment already installed. Yep, okay. Procedure, the subjects will be led through a mental visualization process for each proposed exercise. The physical activity will be imagined in detail and in real time. fMRI and heart rate monitors will be used to record each subject's heart rate, blood pressure and brain activity. This data will later be compared to that of subjects in the same age range who participated in actual sporting activities. See Lauren and Weller, The Effects of the Brain of Track and Field Athletics, 2002, to determine in what ways and how closely the brain and body are capable of mimicking actual activity using visualization technique. So in other words, he's trying to prove that you can just make your body believe it's exercised. But will you see the same effects? Can you just envision a six-pack? And there it is. I think, therefore I am kind of mentality.
Actually, who knew you could get most of the benefits of exercising just from imagining it?
I know, right, Sam? I'm all for it. We need to prove this to be a tried and tested thing. Right, quickly, Sam, before she comes back. What's she doing? What is she actually doing? We need to photocopy it. The photocopier's right here. Quick, quick, quick. What you doing? Nothing.
I apologize for the delay. You'd think grown students would be above silly pranks.
Really?
All right then, let me see it.
You mean touch it? Oh God, sorry. I'm such a baby about stuff like this.
For heaven's sake, it has to be dealt with.
I'll do it. It'll be better that way, trust me. Is that a first aid kit? I'll take it to the bathroom and do it myself. Thank you so much.
As you like. Just don't drip blood in the hall, please.
Like, don't make a mess. I absolutely can't be dealing with cleaning up after you today.
Hey, excuse me. Hello? Hi, you're Malik, right? You're in Dr. Stiles' experiment.
Ah, this is the 6th subject.
What do you want?
Okay.
What's the big secret?
Why is he wearing sunglasses indoors?
I don't like everyone knowing my business.
I just wanted to talk for a minute about Dr. Stiles.
Alright, but I have class in 10 minutes, so it will have to be fast.
Alright, this guy's not up for chit-chat.
What made you sign up for the experiment?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, what made you sign up for the experiment?
It's not a crime. I could use the money.
Since you're in the neurobiology department, you must have known Dr. Stiles before the experiment.
Known of him, yes.
You heard about him from people in the department?
Do you have any idea who Stiles is? He is, or was, one of the most famous neurobiologists in the history of the field. I studied him in high school. So yes, I guess I know something about him. Or at least I know the man he used to be, when he was a part of this department.
Dr. Stiles is still a part of the department, isn't he? He had to submit an experiment plan to Mr. Headley.
Or maybe technically. But everyone knows he's suffered brain damage in the accident and is no longer competent.
Believe me, he's in possession of all his wits. In fact, he has a few I'd like to extract myself.
Then why has he stopped teaching? Why has he not published since the accident?
He lost his wife?
So, a wife is a wife.
Stop, please.
Jesus,
Your
Malik.
making me all teary-eyed.
Death is a part of life.
Maybe he couldn't face everyone feeling sorry for him all the time and asking about the accident over and over, and then expecting him to have completely forgotten about it in 3 months, and calling him crazy if he hasn't.
Stiles ordered to the world, to his students, to continue his work.
Says who?
Think what you like.
Okay, so Malik's not the most empathetic of people, it would seem. He's of the belief that Dr. Stiles should just get over the fact his wife burnt to a crisp due to a erratic driver, And he should just get straight back into his work because he owes it to people that, you know, like him. Okay. And his defense for, or his only rationale for Styles not continuing his work is, oh, he must have brain damage, which is ironic given the field of work he's in. What a bastard. I forgot how much I did not like Malik's character. I conveniently forgot about him.
What did you think of the experiment last night?
Strange. And surprising.
Last night was strange, wasn't it? What's the point of imagining exercising?
That wasn't strange. Research has shown that imagining exercising causes the brain to generate the same impulses to the muscles and the nervous system as actually exercising, providing almost the same health benefits. It's big news for healthcare, especially for disabled people. There are a lot of studies being done on the subject right now.
So, what was strange about the experiment?
I need to get to class.
Come on, you said strange. Why?
Just to finally meet Dr. Styles. And that mask. That basement.
It is rather dramatic.
But the strangest thing was that, despite all of that, I... Never mind.
What?
He seemed normal. I was expecting... I don't know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say, Malik. Don't meet your heroes. It's, not all it's cracked up to be.
Did you notice anything unusual about Styles' equipment?
No.
Nothing at all?
It was a standard fMRI setup. A good one. It's unusual to have a system that expensive in a private home, but otherwise, it's non-invasive. Harmless, as he said. I'm late for class. I have to go.
Hey, we're meeting at the St. Edmund Quad at noon. Stop by, or not.
I think we're better off without Malik. He does not seem like he would be on board with our sussing out the strangeness.
The nameplate on the door says Dr. Linkweller.
Oh, this is the mofo that was slagging off Styles in that article, huh? Shame we can't just barge in there and give him a piece of our mind.
Department of Clinical Neurology, Oxford University, Administrator.
Okay, I think we've interacted with everything now, haven't we? So let's go to the map. Yep, Radcliffe Infirmary is complete. We can now go back to the house and finish up in here. I'm trying to work out why the flowers are in the inventory. The only thing that's referenced flowers so far was the Christchurch Gardens, and there was that vase with dead flowers in the basement. So I don't know whether or not we're supposed to be putting them in there or not. We've just got an inventory full of gumph, and I don't know what we're supposed to be doing with any of it, but let's just go inside. Oh.
Dread Hill House, this is Sam speaking. Oh, no, that's okay. You don't need to send anyone else over. Dr. Styles no longer needs an assistant. I mean, he's already hired someone else. No, not a student. It turned out a family member was available. A niece. So you can just close out that request. Yes, I am sure. All right? Thank you. I am so going to get busted. Mrs. Dalton might have answered that. God, I really should fess up. I can't. They'd hit the eject button in 10 seconds flat. Better give it some more time and show what I can do.
Honesty is the best policy, you know, Sam. So let's go down to the basement. And we'll go into the lab. We will put the flowers in here. Ooh, if it will let me.
There.
Ah, there we go. Fresh as a daisy. So if I check the objectives... oh, we're still missing a little bit of the mysterious Dr. Styles. Oh, I'm missing a bit of the bonus too. Well, I've still got the flowers equipped, so what now? What do I do with them? Do I need to give them to someone? I'm trying to think where else you could put flowers. I wonder if we could give them to Mrs. Dalton. Does she like flowers?
Oh, hello, Sam. Can I get you anything?
Not right now, thanks.
Can we put them in this flower pot? No? Okay, not in that one. I'm trying to think. That's a flower pot, but that's full. Where else? The only other place I can think of would be the water jug in Sam's room, but maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is a vase. Is it a jug or a vase? Should we go find out? Oh dear. Right, sorry earphone users. So water pitcher, glass. Maybe it'll go in the glass. Oh, it's next to a photo of her parents. Oh, I get it. So the flowers we put downstairs are in a vase next to a picture of Laura, and these are going to go next to a picture of her parents. Oh, I like that. That's a nice touch. So we still haven't got all the bonuses. I don't know what we're missing at this point. And we haven't completed the mysterious Dr. Styles. Oh, bummer. I don't know what we've missed. But hey ho. I'm not going to sit around and fart with it. I'm not saying that. It would seem we're still missing something. Ooh, what if we go back to the garage? Will we see the state of the car? Is it the same Bentley? Wonder.
I think that's a Bentley under there. Nice.
Probably not nice. Okay. Nothing new. What are we... Oh, did I ever examine that statue?
Look at that statue of a veiled woman. I have no idea what it's supposed to mean, but it's sinister as hell. I love it.
Right, we must be missing something from the basement. Maybe I didn't get everything in the filing cabinet. Maybe I need to put everything back in the filing cabinet.
Sign.
Nope.
Scientific.
Nope. Nope.
Sign.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nothing.
Nope. Ooh.
Nothing exciting in.
No. Okay.
Nothing exciting.
Okay.
Nothing exciting in.
Hello.
Nothing exciting. Asian.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Asian.
No. No. Oh.
Nothing exciting.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing exciting.
What am I supposed to do?
Nothing exciting.
Oh. Oh, I don't remember being able to get in here before.
Nothing. Interesting.
Ah.
This is signed by a bunch of people in the neurobiology department. I should see if I can find a personnel list to compare it with.
Ah, but we already have one. We picked that phone list up earlier. How nifty. Okay.
I'm kind of curious to see who signed it. And who didn't.
I've got a funny feeling we can already guess who didn't sign it. So, in this dark time, our thoughts and prayers are with you for David, our beloved colleague, Susan. Lovely. Ah, Susan's not so bad. Oh, we can actually cross the names out. That's good. Bill Smythe. Where's Bill? Actually, let's just run down the list. So, Cynthia Bartlett. Yep, I see that. Fred Chambers. Uh-huh. Gertrude, yeah. Niall, I see a Niall. Chad, yeah. Leslie. Ah, right there. I think we all know it's Link Weller, the Prick Weller, whatever his name is. Gritzloyd. Eileen McDonald. Aha, there she is. Simon. There's good, Simon. Well, David wouldn't sign his own bloody sympathy card, would he? Ross. And Isaac. Well, I'm not being funny, Sam. You should have been able to figure that out ages ago. Oh, here we go. Sam has changed outfits.
The lab rat has arrived.
You call us rats one more time and I'll castrate you.
Lambs.
What?
We're lambs, not rats.
The Lambs Club.
What's that supposed to mean?
I like it.
Oh, Malik.
Than rats. Brilliant, darling.
Oh, fine, the Lambs Club. But what about Styles? What about the mad scientist who's sucking our brains dry?
He's doing no such thing.
Yeah, well, he's weird enough to do it.
Come on, Harvey. He's not your punchline. People are always afraid of what they don't understand. Are you so perfect and popular that you can point the finger of weirdness at David Styles? Are any of you? The man has been through hell. His wife was killed right in front of him in an accident. He himself was badly burned. And he must have gone through God knows how many skin grafts. But he's not mentally damaged. Or even weird. I heard it myself from an expert who's seen Dr. Styles' medical reports. There's nothing wrong with him. He just likes his privacy. And can you blame him when everyone is so vicious? As for me, if I hear one more person pass on that lame gossip, I'm going to personally stuff it back down their throats.
So you don't believe the gossip, then? Who told you about Styles' medical reports?
Mr. Headley.
I never believed anything bad about Dr. Styles.
The man can do what he likes as far as I'm concerned. My family is legendary for eccentrics. My grandmama liked to get naked on the roof and wave to planes. Well, who doesn't?
Jesus Christ.
I've seen the plan for the experiment myself. It's routine. Even the department head approved it. The prank at the track is completely unrelated. Dr. Styles is perfectly normal.
Okay, Sam, we'll take your word for it.
In America, hundreds of thousands of children in the US are wards of the state, farmed out to private homes, and sometimes home after home after home. The foster family is paid a stipend, leading some families to take in two.
Okay, so did he imagine it, or was there someone actually in his bed? Oh my gosh, I totally forgot I can control Dr. Styles, but if we just hover on up, even the menu has changed. Look how cool that is, everyone. All right, we are officially into chapter 3. So we finished chapter 2. So I think that is where I'm going to leave this episode. We've learned a bit more about David and his backstory, and Sam has managed to convince the now affectionately named the Lambs Club. She's managed to convince everyone that the experiments are safe to continue, it's all above board, and that Dr. Styles isn't Dr. Frankenstein incarnate. So hopefully the next experiment will proceed as planned and there will be no more spooky happenings, but we will have to see. So let's just close out that one. Like I said, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed all of these episodes so far, and I really hope that you want to come back for more. I love this plot. I really do. I can promise you it gets better. So I hope that you're enticed enough to want to see it all the way through to the end. We've reached the kind of midway-ish point now. So there won't be much further for us to go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next one.